Welcome to Figure Friends, bro. Yeah.
Look, room was a mess. I'm moving the shit around. I just
Hey,
didn't care. I was like,
look at mine.
live,
Look at
no,
mine.
live.
Look at
This
everything on the ground. Chair sitting
live.
there with a look. Well, I could. How about that?
Dude, I'm not.
What
I'm
do
not
you
cleaning
think?
up. I'm not cleaning up. We all family here. Us and the strangers. We all.
It's
Listen,
all good.
I,
We're
I
talking
do
about
want to.
improving ourselves. We're talking about our circles improving, us pivoting, and just putting in the work until the opportunity presents itself where you can actually, deal
I
in
do
it. So
want to point out. I've had your posters in this corner for like. We're at a year now, maybe.
we had a year. We had a year, and it's okay. I'm.
No, I want you to know the amount of stuff that I have for you here at this house has just piled up. And I'm like,
I think
yeah, I'm
I
just gonna.
physically need to come get them, Trey. I'm a physically
But the
just
funny
show
about it
up
is
to
like
come get 'em.
you need to come get him. I need to bring him. It's like been there, and I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna happen because I'm like every time I'm like he has these fire posters. He's gonna love them, and at some point it's gonna be like I'll be like, yeah, here you go. Where happened? I'm moving to California, nigga. It's like, oh my bad, my
Hey,
bad.
I got a number in my head. If they give me that number, I'm moving. I got a
Hey,
number. And look,
I,
from what you told me, is that you have to be prepared to hear this number at all times. All right,
yep, yeah.
you got to be
Slut
prepared.
me
You never
out
know when it's
number.
gonna hit you. Yeah, so we can
Ski.
slut me out. Ski.
Oh boy, I'll be out. Like they give me like the funny part about it is
Slut me out. You can't tell a tech company to slut you out.
yo, we talked. Look, I talked to you about this shit yesterday. I
Whew.
listen in my head. I was like, here's the thing. Remember, I told you I'd like to thrive off negativity, but also I keep it real with myself. So in my brain, I was just like, bro, listen. I'm not dealing with any company that's gonna stress me out. I don't want to have more stress, have more work, have any of that shit going on. I don't want to do no more of that. You know what I'm saying? If they want me to work 60 hours a week, nah, F that. You know what I'm saying? More life is more worth than money. And I was like, how much more life and how much more money? Because if we give you a little more money, would you settle for a little less life? And instead of sending my principles, fuck no, my brain was like, how much more?
That's not a bad question, though, Trey. You got to know what the number is before I turn it
But
down.
here's the fucking funny part about it. They shot a number that wasn't like, bitch. I didn't even have that. That wasn't even in the frame. And it was just like, and the fact that they're like, hey man, listen, we just upping the number. We just upping the number that we gave you, just in the event that somebody tap you on your shoulders. Oh, okay. You want to know what I think today? I thank Dion. I think Deion Sanders. Why? Because they see what Deion is doing in Colorado, know what he is worth versus what they're paying him. They're like, man, we got to up this man's salary. We got to figure out how to up this man's salary. And they were like, that could happen to us too. And I was like, all right, man, I'll see it. I shall see it and I shall appreciate it. Because why? God is on time. God is good.
I already know this. I know this that I know that there is a number out there that allow me to do whatever the hell I want. All right. And once you hit that number, or once that number's offered, you have like you cannot hesitate on the yes. Like, do you understand? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, Trey. Like, I just did finally the role that I'm interviewing for this week, reposted the role back out there, like on LinkedIn and everything, right? So I'm reading everything, and I found out it is fully remote. So it is hot. It's fully remote, and I just got to get what that number is. If he spit out a number, if he say, "All right, so this is what it's paying," can you tell me what you're looking for? I'm like, so what are you looking at a total compensation? If he say if his base equals my total compensation, Trey, straight face, I swear, a tear fall. Like a man tear. You ever seen like the Denzel Washington on Glory? Like straight face, one tear, and be like this, and they're gonna ask, when can you start? You just gonna look them dead in the face and say immediately.
Last week.
What could
Listen,
get me
let me
this check sooner?
let me tell you. Can I tell you why you're a better soul and better spirit than me?
Why?
You have a number. Look, this is why I came to realize this shit yesterday. You have a number that you want, so you can do whatever you want, right?
Right.
Here's the thing that I came to realize yesterday. There's a number that exists that they can do whatever the fuck they want. That's where I realized yesterday. I was like, oh, okay. Now they did not hit me with the do whatever they want number. Do whatever they want number. But there's a good bit of I do what I want, they do what they want. We both be happy number. I did not know that people could just randomly get that shit like that. And so I'm like, all right, cool, bet. And so now I want to see like what in life can I do to have that, to be blessed like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not now. Let me be clear. I am not at that blessed spot. I do not. I am not at that blessed spot. But I see the vision. I see the vision.
It's three of them out there, bro. I just want to let you know that you, on the other hand, like what we're like, I should say, posturing ourselves into, and like what most people think, like we should be expecting this type of pay and all this other stuff. You gotta understand, they don't know what we started at, Trey. They don't understand that we started in the I like to call it in the it's can I call it professional abuse? I don't want to call it domestic because it's not domestic, but it feels like domestic abuse. The equivalent of domestic abuse when it comes to job.
We definitely were taken advantage of.
There you go. That's a word I was looking for. Is that better? Taking advantage of? Yeah, I'm with that.
No, they definitely were out here taking advantage of the situation. They definitely were doing the most. One of the things that so I say this. I am not upset at anybody for taking advantage of us or taking advantage of the situation or doing whatever they needed to do from a capitalist perspective, right?
All right.
However, I hate when companies decide that they're going to play victims and shit like that. You aren't getting the most out of me. Why are we having the conversation of getting the most out of you? I mean, you aren't getting the most. I'm not getting the most out of you and your salary. My salary is a reflection of that. Right, I'm never gonna make what I earn, what my full potential. That's what the still is. However, you need to give me a number that makes it worth my time. That I can see that you know what, this is a good number. I can stay here and help you help you maximize your potential. Now, when you start having this inner struggle, and you start talking to me like I should be grateful to help you make billions. Okay, cool. I hear you. But what if I could find somebody else, make them billions, and they pay me more? Right? Ooh. And then you have that dip. That shit is where it gets crazy because they be like, oh man, how you gonna not be loyal? We held you down. What is holding me down? What is that? You know what I'm saying? It's like there was a number you were willing to make. You feel like this is the value that I brought to you. And you feel like you brought more value to my life. Mm-mm. We at a point now where you want more value, I want more value. How am I the bad guy?
Yeah, like you're not. We just want more.
Yeah, but I remember Lamar. I never forget Lamar. Put me on put me on probation to cover the ass of one of those damn PO, whatever you call them, right?
Right.
The I forgot what we call those guys, but to cover that the relationship guys, the people who manage they manage the god damn it, the reps. You know what I'm saying? You know how like you had the billboard and you had to work with the billboard to work with the person who worked with the client. You had the rep, right?
Yeah, that's the rep.
I remember the rep was just fucking off. And I was like, can I just speak to the client? They're like, no, you go through me. This is my client. And this project went on for like a month. And then he came in and there was an issue. And because they had an issue with me, I needed to get put on probation. Man, I was out of that shit. They put me, I forgot, it was like 6 months probation. I was out of there holding 3. And he was like, man, I don't know if you're running because of probation or whatever. And in my head, I was like, no, I want you to know, like, I'm not scared of probation. But in the same breath, bitch, you just tried to use me as fodder for this dude. Man, I don't give a shit
Yeah.
about how y'all work. And then I ended up leaving. And I remember him being like, "Where you going? California? To do what?" Oh,
Was he offended that you got better?
yeah.
You
Yeah.
going to a whole nother state and city to do the exact thing I'm doing to make more?
Yeah. I'm doing something completely different. I'm going to build websites. You billboard bitch. You know, sorry, no disrespect to print designers or people in the billboard store. But I was like, bro, I'm out.
Well, that's what we at. You gotta understand. We I'm not saying that the billboard industry is dead. I'm just saying it's on life support because of digital.
Hey, listen, I want you to know, if you can build a billboard, you can build a lot of shit for the esports. If you can do that shit, you gotta learn you can do this shit for esports, but also understand those same corporations that have those in-house creative spots.
Yeah.
The fact that I've been inside these orgs, and let me say this, I'm looking at the camera like this crazy.
All right.
Everything that you do in agencies and all the shit you got to do in agencies, now practice time, learn your craft. But eventually, when you get to the corporation, they're gonna want you to do that one thing fantastic. You good at typography, you just do type. You do copy, you good at copy. You do logos.
That's all you're gonna
be
be
in charge of branding and branding guidelines and all these other initiatives and all the sub initiatives. That's just crazy how much struggle you still got to struggle to learn how to do your craft. But once you learn how to do your craft, they're gonna pay you handsomely to do that one little bit. Now you can decide that you want to go freelance and you are in charge of your entire agency, which is a good move.
Yes.
If you got a boss, motherfucker, you just know corporate America pays you way more to do way less.
Yes.
That was aggressive. Like, hey, look, sorry. I like this shit where I realize I'm looking off, and it's just like we've all decided that there's an imaginary screen that we are sharing.
I mean, is it? I mean, but
so let me ask you a question. Oh, wait. I didn't tell you I was starting to play around with that shit that Matt gave me. But
What
also,
Matt gave you?
let me share. I share my screen with you. No, not Netflix. So I got a bunch of windows open, right? So I bought this. So this is what I want to tell you, right? So I've been playing around with this kit, right? So we know so I was playing around with this kind of branding, but also Matt gave me, disregard this. I was looking at color combinations and I don't know where I stopped, but clearly this is not where I stopped. But so I bought this kit. I forgot the name of the kit because I've been fucking off, right?
It's still a kit. Like you got this kit.
Yeah, and so I've been playing around with the different styles and just learning how the system and shit that they have works. They have the components. They have the components here. When you have your colors that sits on this little side here. I can't zoom in to show the color palette. Well, can I? Nope, not letting me. Oh wait, I can.
Ooh.
Where's my? Have a plug-in that lets me do it.
First of all, I just want to let you know I love that font. I love that type.
Talking about the tray?
Yeah.
That's because Matt is a goddamn beast.
He's a goddamn genius, and I don't like him. I don't like him because he's a genius, and everybody should go to Crop and sign up and go to his conference.
Listen, I'm not going to disagree with you because I absolutely agree. But so. Like example, oh well, you don't even see this. I probably have to share my whole screen, but I'm not gonna do that. But so it has these colors, right? You have the textiles. I have your headings, and then you have your base, right?
Right.
So I use these and this and I'm building this out so that when I start going through like my presentations. I'm not even sure what this is. Oh yeah. So when I start going through my portfolio and case studies and website, like going through these redesigns and shit, I want to be able to pull all of these from one spot and know that all of this stuff is going to match up to to my branding. Right now, the reason I'm doing this is my website portfolio, but then when I go and I take like my presentation decks, my presentation kits and stuff like that, and I start sharing that out, I need all of those to line up, right? And so if you do this here, then when it's time for you to go and go and let me, because this ain't happening. Okay.
Yeah, that shit was killing me.
Huh?
I said that was killing me. That white on that gold.
Yeah, listen, I've been messing with this stuff, but clearly I don't even know where that
came from, where that color came from.
Yeah, because I'm looking.
I can tell you where it came from. It came from our Black by Design designs, right?
No. Because I've been playing around with new color schemes, with new color palettes.
Oh, okay.
And a shout out Cooler. Okay, you know what Cooler is, right?
Hell yeah, I got that. I got that plug in.
Yeah, and so look, in fact, let me go there. Because I think I do that.
Oh man, guess what else, bro? Me and I mean, happy to say this before coming out and saying, but like me and a couple of friends, I should say, and co-workers of ours that worked the previous contract that I just worked, got together. We're gonna create an agency, and they willing to pay for it. And I was like, I'm willing to allow you to.
I like this. I like where y'all going. I like where you're going. I like the person that you're working with, especially because that motherfucker there doesn't sleep. Doesn't sleep. So you see these palettes?
Hell yeah.
So these have just been palettes I've just been playing with and trying to figure out, and it looked like it came from this palette, this BHD new.
Yeah, but that does look like it.
Because these palettes feel like something that I was definitely looking to try, but great googly moogly. And so look, I'm gonna do this.
What you gonna do, brother?
I'm sitting here trying to figure out what my because I know this is supposed to be an accent color and not the actual color. Like, here we go. So we have forest, pine. This needs to be the orange, pale snow. All right, there we go. Right. So these are the color palettes. Now, I use my shit just because we do that other shit. Right. I'm going to assume. Blah, 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 blah. Take this shit. I'm going to rename it to Eerie Black.
I shall email you my resume, woman.
Oh, I was like, why you ain't showing up? I might have to swap that out. You know what? Let me swap that. I want you to know I hate the fact that this is how I get distracted so often.
What?
Because I be playing with these color schemes. I was like, you're supposed to be Jet.
Bang, did that. You know, you got to do 4 focused. I do 4 focused applications a day now instead of like putting in for 100 of stupid applications.
Man, I hate the fact that I am one. So one thing LinkedIn does that I feel like is worth reconsidering.
What's that?
I will see that there's 300 people that apply for a gig and be like, never mind, because
shit.
in my head, that's somebody, like when you see 300 some people in there and doing that shit, I have no recourse but to think, hold on. Yeah, I have no recourse but to think that or assume that someone else, that y'all not even looking at this, that this has to go through some kind of what do you call it? It has to go through, I'm not even competing at this point. It is me trying to where is this? Oh, Alabaster. Remember this, I am not saying that I am a good anything when it comes to this design shit.
Yes, you are.
No,
a lot
I'm saying,
of these people, bro.
Let me phrase this. Not good design shit when it comes to this typing shit.
Okay, there you go. That's better.
Now, my favorite part about this is I just did this, but really and truly, I could have just exported out this shit. And it just occurred to me as I did it. I was like, I could have just
exported out.
Yep. Let me just export the image, labels, options, custom logo, hex. You know what? Watch this. Export out a PDF. This be the shit to kill me. I don't need temperatures.
Oh, they give you temps and tones and too?
Buddy, they give you so much shit. In fact, look, I'll pour it out. Options. Sure, use my logo. I'm never going to give anybody just this. But, yep. Let's see if I can. Wait, no. Want to share some. Okay, life is just going crazy. Presentation.
Life is crazy.
Oh, I can upload up. Hell yeah. Let's see how that works. Uh-oh. All right, there we go. All right. Add the stage. So yeah, this is all it gives you. Color palette, hex codes, different shades, saturation, colorblind, slides all that shit. Now, could have swore I gave them my logo. Wait. Oh yeah, no. This is a beat. Ah, there we go. I was like, wait. The TS logo, baby. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Okay. Didn't know that. Didn't know I was like, there's a logo here? Yeah, I don't know why they include this gradient because I would never use this thing. But yeah, I used that since they had that export tool. I was like, all right, cool, bet. Now, why I went color 1 through color 5, I would have preferred that they just used a different label, but I'm pretty sure I could have changed that. Whatever. Going back to color palette. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, so I did the color palette. Present color palette. Nope, stop sharing. Present. I should have just shared my goddamn Figma. I should have just did Figma in the goddamn browser. Let me do that.
Jesus.
Yeah. So yeah. So I got to play with this some more.
Let me see. Oh,
But so
I still like where it's going. I like the shades. It's great.
And so, I mean, but the thing about it is, if I go through that, you know, and this is, I'd probably swap out something to this, but I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't use this. I do like action colors, but I think it gives me my benefit that if I wanted to play this, I had to make a decision on what my action is and how it looks.
True.
So yeah, I spend so much time trying to master what do I think is my go-to. What would be my go-to primary and secondary?
Well, I mean, at this point, I like to be honest. I really love the question that you posed a couple of days ago. We was on the phone, bro. When we talk about like when we building these things, who we building them for?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When you told me that, he was like, "You building your portfolio site for who?" I was like, "Oh snap! It's not for me. It's not for me to use." You know what I'm saying? Like, who you building this for? And I was like, "Bro, that was a brilliant just understanding. Like, I didn't even. It was crazy."
I mean, you know what the thing is, and it sucks when we say it like that. In that regard, I don't want to say it like it doesn't suck in that regard. It just sucks to where it's like, where you get so it's so much stuff that's happening, and you have to ask yourself like, all right, man, what am I doing? Who am I doing it for? Where is this the part? Now, this is the part where I do just like where I do use other people's work, because I feel like I have to go in and tweak a lot of this stuff, and so I always enjoy using it giving me the foundation or the structure, and like, all right, cool, I can build off the structure, and once I build it once, I can reuse it. But whenever I try to like use someone else's stuff, I'm always like, oh man, this doesn't work. Even now, to the point where I'm like, all right, main component, go to main component. Now I got to tell this component
to do.
So, now it's supposed to scale, but this is what the thing that always bothers me.
When you say scale, like oh wow, Jesus! Why did they do that? Like, what constraints wouldn't?
I don't know. I had to figure out how to go about correcting that kind of stuff. Like, I'm not good enough to sit there and like, oh yeah, this happened and this happened.
Right. Basically, you backwards troubleshooting. That's
yeah. That's what I was like. If I do it again, I just rather take the sizing and just put this back in here.
You know what I don't? Well, I love auto layout, right? When you're setting up to create, right? But like whenever you like, let's say I'm bringing in, like I'm a person that's gonna use elements from other stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm listening.
But when I use elements from other stuff, sometimes they auto layout is like attached to certain things or attached to this window. So when you copy and paste in, understanding that, like basically what you just did, like when I copy, like understanding like, oh, the auto layout is recognizing that you're inside this frame and you want to be, attached to the left, attached to the right. Like once I move it into a new frame, which I didn't check or see what auto layout parameters was already in this frame, I get confused right after that. And I was like, let me just create this from scratch again.
So here's the thing that I'll tell you that I do often. And I want to make it clear that I don't think there's anything wrong with people who do it this way. I do it this way, right?
Right.
I find, and I'm really gonna have to redo this. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to redo this. The thing that I often do is I'll look at somebody's files, especially. So this is how you got to think about it. People create a file for a certain Figma, for a certain phase of Figma, right? Most of your files have dealt with old auto layout that wasn't planned for the new auto layout, that wasn't planned for variants, wasn't planned for how we group things. And so a lot of times I'll take something, and that's why I say I'll take things that have the structure that I need, that has a structure that I need, and then I'll take that structure. What the fuck is happening here? I'll take that structure and then I'll go from there and be like, all right, cool. Well, now that I have this structure, let me update this structure to reflect what today is for me. You get what I'm saying?
True.
And so, and that's how I've kind of looked at it. Because if I look at it, okay, there we go. Yeah, if I look at it the other way, then I'm unfortunately going to be at a disadvantage. Yeah, I got to rework. I'm gonna have to rework all this. But so to your point, this is design systems, right? This is a style guide. So this is Lightwork design system, right?
Right.
But it's a starting point. So let's say you learn how to do, really at this point, styles, colors, and then you start off with logos, right? Now, the way that you would advance this is, let's see, do I have a brand identity resources? Let me, Miller, I think this is it. Rotation. Rotation is the name of it. Let's go there. Yeah, okay. So I can see I knew I was playing with this shit somewhere. But yeah, this was me when I took my old cover and was just like trying to figure shit out. Yeah. Anyway, so this is how it's supposed to look. And they start showing what it looks like when shit gets scaled down.
Oh.
And their main thing is showing how does this space happen. And one thing I didn't catch before, let me see if I'm right. Control C. Control V. Whoops.
Whatever you're doing, we can't see it on screen. So.
Wait, I'm sharing my screen. Wait, where are you looking at? Wait, you looking at?
I'm just looking at your Figma file. Like.
Oh, here we go.
There we go. There we are.
So I'm looking at this screen. Let me actually go somewhere else.
You see how you were trying to fit that in there? I would be so pissed right then.
Well, no, I'm looking for the logo and icon. So I'm always interested in what they use and trying to find what they use to try to define what that space should have been. Yeah. And so this page is supposed to be defining what the spacing is at the different size. I just looked and figured it'd be that. I was not. But anyway, so I'll be able to take this. Now, the thing that I'm going to show you after to do this is how I took that, how I take this, and then I'll take so sharing this tab. So you can see I started amassing all these different style guides.
Oh, yeah, god damn.
Because I like to see how people build their shit. And so nobody builds their shit the same. And it's just like, all right, cool. What do you do? And a lot of people do it on one page. So this guy, this is nothing but he built a tool that uses all these different components to make these different flows, right?
Right.
And so he starts out with the basics, and then he starts breaking these things up in these different variations. Now, mind you, this is the older version because he might have taken some of these and might have component these and made these components to where all you had to do was toggle the direction and to turn the thickness and style on and whatever.
Right.
So he does that shit, right? So yeah, that one. Figma covers is just me because I'm trying to
You
find.
love the cover of your portrait, like that front page cover. You love it.
I want to come up with as you can tell, I haven't had time. I want Cabana favorite. Shout out Mark Andrews. I haven't bought his new one yet, and I am going to. I just
Cabana has another one. A new one?
7. Yeah, I like to support him because here's the thing. I barely use his stuff. I just love, like, I think he's a genius in how he organizes things and how he goes the next. And so everybody at my job feels like I'm amazing, and I'm amazing because I just read.
Did you say Phil? Nigga, you are amazing. Do you know the stuff that you pulled off and done?
Look, here's the thing. Damn motherfuckers out here. I like to again, my bars is the fantastic people of the world. So I'll say this. I look at his work and I'll go through and like the problem that I have is I'm good with design systems. There are people that are great with design systems, and I like to understand their thought process and how they get here. I can find something here and go, oh, okay, why did they do it this way? And like I spent so much time going through here and going through Googling things, and he does a good job of here where he explains it. He also has fucking videos. Like if you pay for the premium, he'll give you videos that gives you a tutorial on this shit. And so I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. Like again, talks about color semantics, and like he gives you that he built this whole token thing, right? And so his Cabana 7 includes variants. I want to see what he did with variants because he's a bad man, and he working for people too. And so had that he includes how he does his gradients, right? He does typography, and I love the way he approaches typography because I started taking this way as well. And now I want to point this where I go out here. You see typography. If you use like a UI kit, like if your job uses React or Swift or some other random, I'm not sure if Swift, but like Tailwind or whatever, he included tokens that represents the sizes that your engineering most likely uses, from the base, which is if you deal with EMs or whatever the fuck they call them, is the base, and this is all the shit they use. Now, mind you, I'm just telling you this so that you can start to the left and then start figuring out, man, how do I want to go do this? And this is a robust system, but as you can tell, you're like, dog, this is way more than whatever the fuck I would use.
That I was trying to create. Hell yeah.
So with that being said, start with a small system, style guide starter, boom. And start here and then build up to that shit as you need it. I don't think Mark built that shit because he's charging you to do it. It's like, and the crazy part about it is it's not that expensive in the totality. Like you can.
Yo, you just froze up. I just want to let you know. If nobody else is hearing this and nobody else knows, but Trey just froze up. Whole screen just froze up. I'm still live and talking about it. This is the first time this has happened, like in all streaming history right now, where Trey actually probably has to reset his stuff right now. Normally it's me. That's the wild part. Normally it's me. It's not me this time. It's Trey. Or I could be wrong. It could be a glitch on my side. Who knows? But at this point, from what my viewpoint is, I'm fine. Like I'm doing me. Yeah, see, look, I told y'all, bro. It wasn't me. It wasn't me at all. Like My bandwidth was pretty good and pretty secure. You feel me? But other than that, I'm not even gonna switch gears that much, bro. I just want to let y'all know that, like, look, I'm in the midst of, I ain't gonna say a job hunt, but a job discovery, because it's a lot of people that want me out there, and a lot of people that want you too. But you got to figure out where you want to be. Like, so that's kind of where I'm stuck at right now. I want to see where I want to be, while also letting them know that they want me. You know, Trey is back. He decided to come back in. He's back in here. Soon as
Howard, look away. Don't even look at me. Look away. I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. And I just spent the last like minute and a half explaining that this is the first time this has happened on a stream where it come from your side.
I moved myself around and I touched the thing. And it shut everything down.
It shut everything down.
Yeah, I got to work. I got to get another adapter because I'm not used to my foot being next to my plug, and that bitch said,
"Whoa, yeah, it knocked you out the box, Rick."
Yeah, not dude, but yeah. So this is what I'm telling you because you were asking about the and I forgot I had this fucking copy, and I just be again, I be that motherfucker that be going through like what y'all got going on. So look, dude. Yeah, they start off at 3 fucking colors, and then their variation of blacks. They got the for typography H1s and paragraphs. I probably do add a variation of paragraph because I feel like we always end up running in there. But you do whatever. But imagine you start small and like this is where you start for how you build shit out. And then as y'all need more components, then you start creating these sections for these components. And that's the weird part about it is like what I'll do is I'll take this shit and I'll take a banner. And because I know most of the work that I'm going to use is probably going to be some of the components that I can steal from Cabana. I'll copy those components over here, and then I'll start modifying those. Okay. And so that because otherwise you gotta build out. You'll have to build out the forms. You have to build out the buttons. You're gonna have to build out all of this stuff. And I feel like he's done a good job organizing it. That I can use that, bring it over, modify it, build the components, and build the stuff that I need to do from my side. And it's a jump starter for it. So that way, and I want to point this out here. You already know how to build the assets. So building a form field from scratch doesn't benefit you unless you feel like you want to just make it unless they gave you an inefficient version, right?
Right. That's the only reason.
So like this one, I don't like when they do this, right? So like here's and there's some again, if you rebuild it once, you don't have to rebuild it twice. 182 by 48. The reason I hate these, it's just a style thing. I hate when people build out put these rectangles inside. I get it. I just don't like it. And so I'll go so it's 14 by 62, but no, I'm gonna tell it that this is 182 by 48. So 182 will 248. Boom. And then but the reason I enjoy this one is if I need to make it responsive, then I can make it responsive. I can make sure that it does this, but also the main reason I like this is if I wanted to start creating a variant version, my properties live here, and I don't have to worry about that rectangle in the middle. So again, that's why I like to start here. I can create my whatever shit, but once you got a design system, you don't have to rebuild the shit. Just go use this component. And if I got to do a massive ass change, I change it in one spot and it fucking changes it everywhere. That's why I say you'll learn how to do it. You'll master it, but you'll master it because it's more work up front. It's more work for you up front, but the back end is mad faster. Like you can look and you can like, all right, cool. I can put together a website. If we've done this enough, I can put a web together. I can put a web page together in 5 minutes, but the conversation becomes, I spend more time trying to figure out the layout or the organization or the grouping more than I do having to change this and tweak this and do all these other shiftings. So yeah.
True.
Yeah, I gotta share this.
I never used it. Like I definitely want to get in depth to it. Like probably off live. I want to sit in Figma with you and just go through this.
Yeah, and the crazy part about it is, hang on, let me see all your shit. The crazy part about it is, you can utilize that for so much of the stuff that you do, and it's just you got used to using templates. You just got used to doing it in your own vacuum, because you never had to think about what happens if it goes to another file, or it never was efficient.
I never had to think outside of what I was in.
Yeah, but when like right now, you're leading the charge on like 4 projects. And so imagine you're going to need to be able to create a library that all 4 of those projects can reference. And let's say, and like example, let's say you make a tweak to the button in one project. You get 4 projects down and realize, man, no, this button needs to have more space and more padding, whatever. Old days, you got to go in and you got to update all that shit and make accommodations for all that shit. Now, if you design it smarter, when you update that button updates everywhere. Padding is accounted for, spacing accounted for, all this shit. And that's because I'm lazy as fuck. So I build to be lazy as fuck. I'll spend hours and days and weeks to perfect something. Yeah, because I know good and well these hours, weeks, in the years, I'm going to save months by doing it this way. I'm faster than all my coworkers because I'm quicker, because I have all my shit set up. And now we can have those discussions. I'm in a meeting changing shit on the fly, and they're taking notes because they're gonna have to spend the rest of the week fixing these shits. I was like, nah, I built this shit already, dog. Well, y'all think it's too close? Cool. Bump, 16. Yeah, I bumped everything to 16.
Damn. And look, and now they look at you like a genius.
I just be doing it's the Kyrie rule. Like, you know what they said about Kyrie? Did you hear Iman Shumpert talk about Kyrie's dribble?
Shit, yeah. That is literally how I try. Not Kyrie wasn't out, but I patterned my game off of niggas that I'm just gonna go until you stop me, and then I'm gonna react to it, and then I'm gonna score anyway. Like, yeah, he doesn't have a plan. It's just like, whatever you do, I'm gonna do what I need to do. I'm gonna react to it.
Yeah, if you're gonna try to stop me here, that means you can't stop me over here because you're exposed. Yeah. Whatever. I designed for that. Like, that's the weird part about it. That's why I'm looking to tell people, like, I don't think I'm an amazing designer as much as that I'm amazing in building systems that are fluid, because I've been in rooms where I'm not the smartest one in the room. I'm not the best designer in the room. I'm not the most inspirational in the room. I'm just the best technical in the room. So my goal is to get in this room, figure out how to get what you want done the fastest or the easiest, because we always had a time constraint. All we needed is just done. So I walk in the room, man, we got 85 screens that we need to do. Shit, we got to figure out how to reuse as much of this shit as possible, because we got to knock these holes out. What's the best way to approach these things? Whatever. So strategically, I'd be able to do it. Design systems just became a thing to where I'm like, hey man, if I'm gonna be here, if I got to be here for 4 weeks, and I got to knock out 8 items, I need to be able to prioritize what's bigger, what's faster, what can I do to chop it down. Design systems, bro. Design systems that's just the thing. It just the better you work, the more you get at it. You know, it is whatever. And mind you, another software is going to come in and it's going to change the game, and you have to relearn all this shit. But as long as you know the understanding the foundation of organization, eventually, like I said, your manager, somebody else's job is going to have to put the knobs. The rationale for this is how we think of color theory. This is how we think about organization. This is how we think about primary, secondary, tertiary, all those things. All those are going to be the shit that You learn, you go somewhere else, right? And I say this with complete honesty. You don't know the number of designers that don't understand color theory at fucking all. The idea
Really?
of the idea of accessibility. What do you mean I can't see? Like we both looked at that yellow and was like, no, dude, we got to fix this shit. We got to figure this out. Like even the fact of trying to put that black on that yellow, would it have worked? Yeah, but for the sake of conversation, like if I was to present that screen, no, that shit won't work like that. I got to make some tweaks so that if I was to show that in a room, the room could be able to read it, but also I probably would lay it out different. But that's my thing. Where it's like, they got people who's like, I like purple, I like yellow. Those are colors I'm like. They don't give a fuck about where it came
Jesus
from,
Christ.
how it bad, what these shoes,
how bad it looks for you. Like it's not gonna work on 60% of these screens. They're like, I don't care. Yellow.
You know my alma mater. I fucking don't wear any paraphernalia because why is this yellow on this baby blue?
Well,
it's not baby blue. It's Columbia blue.
It's Columbia blue. It was like, well, Columbia is definitely clashing with your yellow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all got a Dominican blue. You got another blue because Columbia blue ain't working. Like y'all want to tour the continent, find a darker blue.
Did you name something else? He said, is there another continent y'all could choose from to choose?
Mm-hmm. And the thing about it is, I keep saying, I was like, Doc, Denver Nuggets had that issue, and they solved that issue because that shit don't work. Why are we being like, fuck y'all? We know what we doing. We don't.
They don't.
Mm-hmm.
They don't.
I remember used to ask my mom, like, here's some funny shit my mom used to say, and I give my mom hell for this. My mom used to be big on matching. She'd be like, it don't match. It don't match. I want to wear this, black and blue. It don't match. You ain't supposed to wear black and blue. And all this other shit. I'm like, all right, cool. And then I remember one time she had to put on, she tried to make me put on this one outfit because she felt like she was just trying to get me at the house. And I go, Mama, it don't match. She go, it blend though. I was like,
I gotta use that.
That shit pissed me off so bad because I could never use that. I was like, but it blend. And she was like, no, it don't. Take it off. But boy, whenever she put me in a shitty outfit, this shit don't work. It blend. But the goal was to match, Mama. It blend. Get out of my face. Go to school. Okay. All right. I'll take that.
Look, I'm out of there. I got you, Mama.
Oh shit. Man, I sent you that file just because, man. Oh boy. Let me see what this person. So I'm doing this shit, but I'm letting my coworker cook on creating passwords and shit. So do you know what I do?
What you mean?
No, like, do you know what I work on all day? It's probably the most. I don't know how much more granular of a job I could have. Like, remember, my thing is attention to detail, but in terms of like breaking shit and finding caveats, I'm the most. I'm the most. Hey guys, have you considered guy ever? I work on identity, and so in case you wonder what the identity suite is,
yeah,
the sign in, the created account, the biometric, how you get your password, how you relocate your password, anything that helps you identify who you are. I work on all that. Right?
Oh shit, okay, all right.
I've been paying attention across the suite for who does what where, right? How will they do it? How good do they do it? Is there any way that we can go about improving that? And so it's my job to improve how you sign in, but also what's the easiest way for you to sign in without being able to compromise yourself, right? I've been going down this rabbit hole of trying to go passwordless, trying to get people to be able to do password to go without password. It's weird because you find out how many, like, because basically it comes out to about security, right?
Right.
It didn't occur to me how many people don't give a fuck about my security or what I need to do with my information, the way that they do. Like, when you think about how, so one thing, just from a personal perspective, Nine out of 10, if you don't have Apple Pay or PayPal,
You're not
I'm
gonna
not storing
be
my. I don't store my credit information anywhere.
right.
Like
No.
I'm sorry. Like, you know how to save that payment for next time? I
Yeah.
absolutely do.
No, I don't do that.
I do not. I will say Home Depot is possibly one of the most robust methods in which they can keep your account. But them motherfuckers were going through a time where I was like, dog, y'all are getting hacked. Somebody built a house off of me. I need y'all to fix this. Like, they got power tools. Where did this shit come from?
He said these niggas is using me. Help.
Yeah, because here's the thing. They went and there was a credit card that I was not using. There was a credit card that I was not using that I never used, so I never checked it. There's a credit card that I wasn't using, and I didn't go to Home Depot, so I had no reason for doing this shit. So I'm looking, and one day I go through and I'm like, this credit card is taking forever to pay off. Why am I still at this balance? Man, I looked, man, I had a $680 purchase, a $480 purchase, $235 purchase. And I say, man, they just been running it up. Now the credit card reimbursed me. Home Depot reimbursed me, and they've since then kind of went gusto to correct it. But I don't keep my personal information, I don't keep saved anything, because it's not about just when the breach happens. It's about what happens when they get access to your shit, right? So I'm trying to get everybody to get on board with passwordless, because you ever heard, how much do you know about Passkey, the new shit that coming out between iOS?
Not much. No.
All right, so listen, I'm looking forward to anybody that I'm looking forward to anybody that that goes with Passkey, right? Here, let me see if it'll do it like this. All right. So the thing about Passkey, and we can do it in 4 minutes, but no, in fact, let me just use images. See if they have, because they have a good job of images here. So when you think about how your phone, I'm gonna go here. So when you think about how your phone and your password works, right? You have your email, you have a password, right?
Okay.
Eventually, they have to guess your password. If they get access to your email, all they have to do is try to figure out if they can guess your password. Usually, all those items are stored when they have a data breach. Here's an email. Here are the passwords addressed to it. They can use your previous email and password and go, all right, cool. We know it's potentially one of these combinations. We can see that they can see what they can break in. If you're one of those people that if you have shopping accounts, your shopping accounts and your email should never be the same, because you know what the first thing they do when they get your shopping account information is? They're going to your email address and they're trying to use that same password.
Damn.
So if you are, now mind you, if you have a bank, now I ain't gonna lie to you, this thing has made me way more scary. I have a separate shopping email than a personal email.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I got like 6 emails. You've noticed by that.
Well, yeah.
Because here's the thing: if you get access to my Home Depot account, that's pain, but that's manageable. You get access to my Google, man, it's tough. Man, that's tough. I might be able to get my account back. You get access to my Google. Now you get access to seeing all my shopping history and all my banking history. Now imagine if I got your Google. Now I got your Home Depot. Now I got your Walmart. Now I got your Target. Now I got Bank of America.
Yeah, that's true. That's tough.
Now they haven't solved everything, but I feel like if you get my personal email, congrats, you can help me find new jobs. That's what that, find new jobs. If you give me access to my shopping one, you get to know where I shop. Most of those don't even have the same password either. I have a completely different separate email for banking and banking and financial shit. You find that shit. Hey, look, people go. You crack something that I'm low on the totem pole. So I don't. So, but yeah, I did that shit because looking at again, it's not that you won't get your shit back. It's just bitch.
Hard. It's just very hard to get. They can fuck you for real if they get into your shit. Mm-hmm. Do I use well, the great thing about this, I got multiple fucking passwords that I use and like about 3 emails that I use separately. But I don't really have any credit cards out there. I'm not that deep. I don't shop off websites like that, so.
Well, it's not even that, but it's just like I don't want you to have access. I don't want you to be able to get access to my Chase. I don't want you to be able to get access to my email. Like there are people that can get access to your email. They can get access to your phone. They got scams now to get access to your email account.
Yeah, that's true.
And so it's like I just the thing about it. Remember Credit Karma? They had every time I used to go through and Google would tell me, hey, by the way, your email was just part of a data breach. And that happened like 4 different times. My wife's been part of them. I've been part of them. I've got hacked 4 times. You know what I'm saying? That shame on me, fool me once thing. Hey, I was 4 in. So what happened? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. So now I'm in the trenches with the shame. So no, folk. You do not. I was like, let me separate this. You know what I'm saying? That they say you got millions. You don't put all your millions in one bank account. I don't got millions, but I got a lot of emails. Let me sort this out. You get the one that I use everywhere else. I want you to know if you hack my Twitter, congrats. You've hit the nothing. There ain't shit in that one, but other spam. You can take over my Twitter. You can take over my IG. You can take over my TikTok. Congrats. You got that shit. That's the one that everyone sees. You get my LinkedIn, like you get the one that's accessing my LinkedIn. Congrats, you got my resume. I don't know what you want me to do.
Damn. Yeah. You ain't getting shit up.
Yeah. But if you also, again, if you got to break into my email to get access. Otherwise, you crack into my other shit. If your website does not take a third form of payment. Like where you have if you break into my Target, I use Apple Pay to check out. So they got to check out with that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to use PayPal, fine. You have my email. I mean, you broke into Dick's Sporting Goods. Congrats. Dick has the fucking worst. The worst fucking. Have you looked at? Do you have a Dick's account?
No, I do not. Thank God.
Them niggas be like, hey, bro, you say you are who you are? All right, cool, bro. I approve your account. You ain't got to verify your email. You ain't got to verify your phone number. Hey, man, is there any way that I can do 2-factor password? No, nigga, we sell sporting goods. You want to protect yourself? Buy a helmet. That's them. So, yeah. Anyway, I just be on the geek shit. But, man, I went on the tangent. So, Passkey, what Passkey does is, so instead of, now, it's some shit that's run by this company called Fido, right?
Right.
Fido Alliance. So, what it is you know how your phone has biometrics?
Yeah.
So what happens is you create your phone creates a password of sense on your side. Your phone creates a password on its side, or better yet, there's a server side and there's your side. The server side says, "Hey phone, how you doing?" Phone goes, "Hey, cool man, I'm all right. Hey man, let's come up with a code word or handshake. All right, bet. Think about a decoder ring, right?
Okay.
It's gonna ask you. It's gonna say, "Hey, look. From now on, when you see me, just know 4 + 4 = 9. All right, bet. Cool. Wizard Woo on a Woo dot. Bet. Whenever somebody else comes in, they have to be able to solve this equation but they need to know the pass key to solve it. Right? Your phone has the pass key. So if they don't have access to your phone,
How
they
can
can't solve it.
They can't solve it. Yeah.
You know how like your African cousin can come through, or in this case, your Ukrainian cousin come through, and or your Russian company come through, and they try to sneak in and try to steal your password. They can't. They need to be in proximity of your computer
In order
to
to do
sign
it,
in.
yeah.
They need proximity of your phone to sign in. So you know how you go to how like you have those scams where people are calling for your Google your Google pin.
Yeah.
If your phone is in Texas and they try to log in from Abu Dhabi, it ain't happening. They need to be in range. Passkey makes so that you need to be. It has a bunch of different shit to protect how to use it. Right now, you have to log in through verifying on your phone. And now my favorite part about it is once you sign into it on your phone, whether it be Google or Apple, you can share it to all your devices. And now they're supposed to be able to share it so that I know Apple is setting it up so that you can set up your family so you can save it with your family. But basically, the way this goes is now you don't need to come up with. This is an evolution of passwords, but biometrics. Now you don't need to have passwords, all that other shit. I've been reading and researching how to do all this shit and how to do this biometric scan and how to do this and it's crazy. Now, now that I've taught you this, I told you this, I can take a break from reading all this shit, all the shit associated with it. But I can't. The more companies come to that, the more and more I'm excited for that shit because I'm tired of losing, having my money taken.
Let me say, look, that is a complicated, like when you think about like the screens that you have to create in order to protect people from these hackers, like are like protect people from people who just want to steal information.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's in a nutshell, that's what you're doing, right? Basically, I'm creating processes where these people are protected while moving forward in the process of signing up or putting in their information.
Yeah, and the reason that I am kind of excited about this is early. It's early on. When you think about what scamming is going to do and how scamming works and shit like that, the reason that I'm trying to get more, I'm more excited about people in here is passkey and going passwordless with passkey. I'm comfortable with it protecting my family a little bit more than anything. Because when you think about like your mom, like your parents, they could be susceptible. Like I keep worrying about my family my mom walking up to an AI. Because my mom is not going to sit there and think about like somebody's reading off a transcript or that she's talking to a robot. She's like, "Oh, hey, Susan," and so
she's just gonna be talking. Hey, what you asked me for? No, don't give him that, baby.
Yeah. So if she knows she's smart enough not to give him some of this stuff, but now even that passcode shit that she can talk, that as long as they can talk her out of getting that passcode, then I'll be good. And so that's where my rabbit hole is, and that's literally what I was reading. I was like, man, let me share this dude this geeky shit that I'm learning right now.
Bang. Drop all files. Error if you want to, motherfucker.
You know my hair has never been able to grow that long.
Get out. No, it can. I thought mine didn't grow as long. I truly didn't. Until I found out that you have literally trained your hair to grow to that certain length.
Do tell.
What happens is that your hair got used to you.
I'm gonna make you big head because I need them people to see this.
Is that your hair got used to you cutting your hair at a certain time. So it was like, hey, this is where we normally get a cut, or you know, washing and conditioning and like basically taking care of your hair is optional. We can't be using like, don't be washing your hair with like shower
Head,
gel and shit like that.
head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Don't use that. Like, don't use that at all. You know what I'm saying? But you definitely gonna have to use something like as in like I went through. I think my wife done brought me through like 6, 7 products, bro, that I've been using. That I wash my hair, condition, treat. Like I got a whole ritual to keep this black and not gray. Like if you know, well, to keep it not gray, you just don't need to be stressed. That's all.
Well, fuck that. Well, sorry, I'm already out the door. I do want you. I do want you to know, your boy me. Go back on. Well, whoa, weird.
Oh, whoa, wait, okay.
Wait. Yeah, nah, that was way too fucking real. Yeah. Anyway, your boy me. I don't. So here's the thing. This part grows, and it will grow. This here,
right there.
You're like, man, nigga, I heard you was talking shit, and will not
You
go.
said, I heard you was talking.
And so it's like, man, what's
That's
happening?
not
Like,
funny though. But like,
and so I just like, I be trying to let it grow, or whatever. And so recently, I just be like, man, I was trying to keep my hair low, but whenever I've tried to grow braids out or whatever, that shit never works. It just doesn't grow. Like it would go to a certain length and it won't go whatever. Remember the time like Peppy, me and Peppy got the same probably hair length. Peppy can grow his just a little bit longer. I don't know if you remember when Peppy had those braids.
I remember when Peppy had those braids. Yes, I do.
Those were hope strands. Because I remember that girl who braided his hair found I don't even know how she managed it, but she was just like, I got enough. You know what I'm saying? Like she made the tightest of braids. I was like, God damn. And I still didn't have enough hair to get those. And I was like, damn, one day. And it never came. I just gave up. But it's just like I looked at even my baby pictures, like when I was not baby pictures, like the youngest I was when my dad was not cutting my hair. My shit I never had a fro. Bro, never had a fro. I was like, damn. So whatever. Like this, like if I looked at my beard, this part is the only part that grows. Like
see,
this one.
I just cut my beard down again, bro. Like
I'm taller than you. Fuck you. How about that? That's the only thing I got. Good hair, motherfucker. I can reach the top shelf.
I mean, technically, you are taller than me. Yeah, you're right. I got to give you that.
But that's it. I don't.
You said that. That's all I got.
That's all
I don't know if you know that.
No. I was like, oh man, that's it. That's it. I can't. That's you know how fucked up it is. Like, hey man, I'm talking how but I'm better at basketball. That's what you got. You're like you're better at you're better at basketball. So if they walk on the court, they'll pick the tall guy, and I'm like, you guys just fucked up. You guys fucked up. He's about to shoot lights out. He's about to dribble. I can rebound a little bit. That's all I got.
Y'all just messed up. I got the full package. I just want to let you know that we have been streaming for over an hour, which is crazy, which is nuts. And we're getting work done, which is also nuts. This has never happened.
Yeah. Listen, if I was actually just trying to stream with you, I don't know how on topic I'd be. But the fact that I'm talking to you, I'm looking at regular Figma and I'm also looking at professional Figma and doing all this other stuff. I'm like, all right, man, I can do this. Then got the little coffee music in the background, shucky ducky jive jive.
The coffee music is working. I'm not even gonna bullshit you.
Yeah. Hey man, how has coffee been going with the wife?
Oh, bro, we love it, bro. Like, love it.
So do y'all? Let me ask you a question. Do y'all go to the store and just get fresh ground, or do y'all go do y'all go get them ground? Like, how do what do you go get There's no wrong answer here.
That's true. At this point, right now, we just go get it. Like, we go get ours. Well, at first we bought ours out the can. So like that Cafe Du Monde was like can. Like we bought that, and then. We did what's the other one? We did Community, just to see how to use the French press. We was in Community for about a week or two. Then we moved to Cafe Du Monde, but now we just go to HEB or we go and we just go get it our beans crushed and we get it in our own thing.
Yeah. If you go to like Sprouts or somewhere like that, they'll have a bag. They have a grinder that you can tell them how much, what blend you want, and they'll grind it fresh for you, right?
Ooh.
Now, OXO. Let me show you this coffee. So wait, have y'all tried to do it in cold brew yet?
No, we have not. We have not done that yet.
I ain't gonna lie to you, your wife. I just feel like your wife is going to fuck with the cold brew.
You think she gonna love it?
Yeah, because I remember your wife being like,
you know what I'm saying?
Because I remember we had a conversation. I was having a conversation with your wife, and I told your wife, like when she tries your French press, that French press that Keurig gonna be on the trash. I remember saying like that Keurig gonna be in the dump.
It was, bro.
Wait, do y'all still have a Keurig at the safe space?
Oh no, it's still there, but ask me, has it been cut on? Ask me if it's been cut on.
She you know why she keeping it in the house? You know what? That's hilarious shit in my head to think about right now.
What?
Because in my head, it's perfect for when you in the doghouse, and she's like, I'm not speaking how she still need to make her. Still need her coffee. She still need. I'm trying to find. They must have sold out of these things. It's a good model. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find I'll find it, but I did not pay this. Now I only saved $5, but you know, $5 is $5. So cold brew. All right. So this is the one that I have. Now it makes concentrate. It makes the concentrate. Let's see if I can do it without no. So it makes about a good jar out of this thing. It makes about, if you do what it's supposed to do, it'll make about 4 to 8 servings of cold brew. Right? You don't even need to put it in the fridge. I love it because it literally boils down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, right? 6 if you 4 and 2. The jar comes with a lid. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces, right? Because there's this little lid, and then there's this thing that protects the lid. There's a filter in here. There's this black piece that does the distribution, right? That thing has been. I haven't bought cold brew, and I don't know how many months. And then I hadn't, and then I went and bought some from Starbucks, and that shit was horrible. You remember that? You remember trying it?
Yeah, I do.
This now, I like that other one because it looks nice. Do you see this toddy? So this is the other thing. I want to get one of these so I can make a bigger amount. I just don't like the idea, like from aesthetics purpose. I don't want a bucket. Like this is too big, but they have like a smaller toddy system. It's not this one. Yeah, it's this one. I just don't like this bucket just sitting on my counter. And so because I don't like it, I ain't got it. But when y'all get back to it, that works. But I think you said the French press has been lovely for you and your wife, right? You're on mute, by the way. I ain't do it. I can't unmute you. Uh-oh. Man's gone. Man's gone. Man down. until it come back, before it come back, then it come back.
Now my back.
Yeah. You just say to people from a trace to a freestyle.
Damn, I should have waited like 10 more seconds.
Yeah, it would have got me signed immediately. I woke out this morning freestyle. I had a actually like an amazing like not even 16, but just like a nice little bar this morning where just like I don't even know what the fuck happened, but I just I'm not it's horrible segue, but I remember I was like I just was rhyming it. You know how you do your morning prayers?
Yeah.
Instead of doing morning prayers, I just was morning freestyle to thank Jesus, thank the Lord. And I just remember finding out that there was G-O-D and TRE and some other shit come through, and I was like, wow, Lord started me off a hot 16. Today's gonna be a fantastic day. I was like, wow.
You're like,
wow.
You know, yeah.
That Royce 5'9" is just adding this list. If you ride whistle, issue with whistle, comment with knowledge, TRE with God, fuck you. Like I know he's just in there in his bag. Just any of my favorite go-to rap lyrics. Just hates.
Oh, fuck you, real.
Yeah. Just so you know, I'm probably gonna shut this down in the next 15 minutes because I have a meeting at 12:30. But
we're gonna shut this down now so you can prep for that meeting. I'm making Instagram reels for my shows.
Look at you, the man, the myth, the legend. Also, sidebar, a nice little reason to use this line system, create your brand guidelines, which sidebar, it works and coincides. Is so now when you think about your Instagram presentations and stuff like that, it'd be a nice place if you had a place to store them so you could just drop all that shit.
That's true.
Sign systems, style guides, all in the same space. All right, man. I appreciate you. If you want, I'll continue to stay up. I'll probably be on vibe with some new music. I've set up my shit for. I'm depending on after Thursday. I'm all up, but I said I'm gonna end up. I have to do a lot of background work for. I'm gonna start doing variables and some prototypes.
I want to learn that with you.
All right, cool. Because I am definitely. I've been putting out the game show shit for a while. I have been trying to understand the variable shit for a while now. I'm gonna figure out if I can. First thing I'm gonna do is build out the score thing so it can keep track of the score, and then I'm gonna have to refigure all this other shit. So this is gonna be fantastic. Hopefully somebody's come up with a plug-in so that I can update the variants of variables. All right, man. I shall talk to you later, man.
Hit me up, bro.